get right into it. So, something they want to know, they talking about why are people voting for Kamala? Well, we can let this brother give his reasons.
You to vote for.
So number one, she wants to cap the rent. I think that's a great policy. Number
The
two,
United States of America has no control over what it is that you can pay in rent.
so you want me to ask, or you gonna keep talking?
Oh, sorry, you're right. I want to let you put your foot in your mouth. Go ahead.
Number two, I like what they're doing for veterans. Me as a veteran, I like what they're doing for veterans. The other dude, he don't give a damn about veterans. Those two things right there are good enough for me. I land.
Personally, I feel as though we're voting for Kamala. It's more so race over policies. A lot of retort I hear from people are, I'm not voting for the old white man, or he's out of his mind. He's too old to be president. When questions are being asked about the certain policies, though, everybody reverts back to what they don't like about Trump, which I don't feel is a sufficient answer for why you're voting for Kamala. Definitely tells us where this country's at. It's definitely in a state of disarray. Let's listen to her reasoning.
What are the reasons you're backing Kamala? What policies do you agree with?
So, my first thought process is I would want to make sure that I have an understanding, or obviously I'm new to this and on this platform, but in reading in the audience, but I do want to have an understanding that the administration signs in the bills and they do specific executive orders in regards to policies and laws, but the people that have these conversations and do the work is Congress. So I understand that we like to say Kamala and Biden and Trump, but I don't view it as that. So I just want to put that out there. I go based on the Congress and people that do that type of work. But one reason that I would support and vote for Kamala outside of the policy when I get to it is Trump is stating that he wants to be a dictator. So I don't want a form of government where one person is just running the country or wanting to get rid of the Constitution, which the country was founded on. So, I mean, that is a big reason why I would want to make sure that I'm voting for the other candidate, because I don't want that to happen to democracy, because I live and work within the democracy as being an elected official. But outside of that, I respect the fact of her encouragement or platform of having diversity and equal representation, meaning we need to get more Black and brown people elected to office. I care about the fact of her health care, because Black women die at a high rate when it comes to medical services. I also want women's rights. I shouldn't have to sit here and fight for my rights or my daughter's rights to be able to, if they choose to have an abortion, if something's wrong with the child. These are just little things. The Voters Act, those are things that I feel I want to see replicated in our country, and that's not what the other side has on their platform.
Now, with the brother, the rent can't be capped. That's going to continue to inflate. So his argument was definitely silly. Now, with this sister here, she led with why she doesn't like Trump. Once again, that's something everybody else is doing. We're going to need something more suffice than what you don't like about Trump. We want to know why you're voting for Harris. We'll sit around. We'll wait for that.
This is insane. This is absolutely insane. She started off her narrative about what it is that she didn't like about Trump again. And usually what I've come to conclude is that most people do that because she doesn't have policy. Even the talking points that dictator, even the talking points that she has are general. They're not even real policy. Okay, so number one, Trump never said that he wanted to remove abortion in general. And I'm not even an abortion supporter, right? What he said was it should go back into the states. The states specifically should be the ones to determine what happens on an individual state level, and it should not be in the hands of the federal government in the first place. Okay? So that's number one. So all of this fear mongering when it comes to that whole women's rights things, that's trash. Number two, we got the same old talking points when it came to Obama, when it came to the people that's happening on a local level in all of these cities. This diversity, equity, and inclusion shit gotta die. It gotta die.
So
Look, I want the best person for the job.
States to regulate abortion. That means if you're not in a state that is for allowing someone to have a right to exercise in their body, then you're fucked up. So
Correct.
I want it to be federal because then there is overseer on these rights. I'm not going to be hopping and jumping from each state that is aligning with what I believe in just because we want to give states certain rights. The Constitution created rights for the states, but we have a federal government that needs to oversee states. So it's not adding up because you're going to move to a state if they heavy on policing, right, and they giving police immunity over in Texas.
Hold on, don't skip around. Let's stay on this abortion. Let's stay on this abortion thing.
To North Carolina and state of North Carolina and not be in Texas because we give so much governance over the state. No, I don't agree with that.
Well, listen, here's the beautiful thing. The first thing that y'all can do is close your legs.
Anton, slow down the chat.
No, I'm not slowing down the chat. The first thing that women can do, because y'all so concerned with the government playing a role in what it is that you got going on as far as whether or not you can have a child or not, is close your legs and marry before you carry.
Now, in terms of the abortion situation, I do agree with Anton. First and foremost, if you ladies control what you do with your legs, the abortion situation wouldn't even be a question, except for the exceptions. Let's be clear on that. Now, if you open your legs, you're not married, you know the risk you're taking. So now, like they said, there's certain women just having abortions every other day. Like, it's crazy. It's diabolical.
Or a limit on abortion in Minnesota based on how far along in a pregnancy you are. You signed the bill that makes it legal through all 9 months. Is that a position you think Democrats should advocate for nationally?
Look.
Wait a minute. Wait. Before he even gets to his answer, is that true? So basically, you can eliminate a baby, a fetus that is grown into your stomach all the way through 9 months of pregnancy?
On the 9th month, now, that is definitely wild. That's crazy work. Imagine you carrying a child, then on the 9th month, you decide you want to abort that child right when they're about to land. That's definitely diabolical. I would hate to see it. I'm going to pray for this country.
What I want people to understand about abortion ban exceptions is I think it creates like this idea that you can at least provide care to those that are most vulnerable or need it in the most dire of situations. But it is nearly impossible to account for the nuances of pregnancy, to account for the myriad of anomalies or things that can just go wrong while pregnant. And I think it's impossible to put that in black and white ink. These are decisions that have to be made with providers, with their expertise and their training.
I agree with her, because every scenario requires a certain amount of personal attention, as we all don't land or arrive on this earth the same exact way. Therefore, I would definitely leave it to the trained professionals, because having government or putting in black and white, you don't know what that situation is going to occur. We don't know what's going to happen in that delivery room or how the baby got conceived. So we definitely want to leave that to the professionals and the ones that are having the child to make those determinations, my opinion.
A woman that I didn't want to have a kid with. That is the dumbest thing that I've ever seen in my life. And so what they're going to do is they're going to play on you. And then, the ones that really don't want to participate in the conversation, honestly, they're going to say, well, what about special circumstances? We don't speak to special circumstances. Special circumstances is just that. They're special circumstances. They don't apply. They're unique things, right? When you talk about incest or whatever, Come on, man. Come on. We speak to the majority, not the minority. And so when we having these conversations, we got to have them honestly, like in truth and in with good faith.
Honest conversations, they're definitely the key to garnish proper compassion and understanding. Ladies keep moving in a state of delusion where they don't want to be honest with themselves for the sake of being embarrassed. It's not going to get us anywhere. At some time, you have to put that pride up, just have the honest conversation. I was moving a little too fast. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't wise enough. Let's have the conversation. I'm definitely open to it. Stay tuned for the next one.